Hey, what's up, guys? Just want to do a quick review on Crystal Lake Memories. I just got done watching it. It took me quite a long time. I think it's probably about 7 hours. Really took a long time, but I really enjoyed the documentary. It was a really good documentary. Now, of course, I'm not gonna take make this video too long. Quite frankly, there's just not enough I could explain in this video to really, do this thing justice. So, this may be surprisingly short. But as you guys know, it goes through all the Friday the 13th movies. Uh, Starting from the first one, and goes all the way up to the remake. So it covers 1 through 10, Freddy vs. Jason, and the remake. Now, I think probably the biggest surprise in this documentary is how many people are dead. You know, man, there was like 3 or 4, RIP 2000, whatever year they were born, up to 2012 and 2013. All these people just were dropping like flies. You had the director from Part 5, and the guy from Jason X, and, the guy who played Jason in Part 3. And then there was one of the girls from Part 7, which they didn't put in the RIP thing, but, they still mentioned, this lady passed away, and I'm like, holy crap. And they have like a whole rest in peace section in the end credits, but I mean during the actual documentary they had like things where it was like the birth year till when they had died. And it was real surprising how many people were dead, but you do learn quite a bit in this documentary. I mean, they pretty much go through every little nook and cranny. I don't think there is really too many things left unturned. But yeah, I mean, there's not much I can explain. I really would rather not explain stuff because then it kind of ruins it. Because I watched a couple reviews before getting mine, just in hype, and I gotta say, I wouldn't want to watch any reviews because it kind of spoils it. It's like, oh well, I already know this now because somebody mentioned it in the review. Now that they've said it. So, granted, I guess you're watching my video, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. So, take it for what you will. But yeah, I mean, it had a lot of good information. Some things, I guess, that were disappointing. It's not really the documentary's fault, but it is disappointing. You don't hear from some of the people in the movie. Like, you don't hear from Kevin Bacon. There's some other little trinket characters that you just don't hear from. Um, so it's kind of like, oh, well, I would have liked to have heard maybe from this character or that character. Some of them can't help it, obviously, because they're dead, but, you know, it would have been nice for some people to hear from. But it's nice to hear that you hear from pretty much every director. I think you do hear from every director of the film, including the 2 guys I mentioned who had passed away. Danny Steinman, and then there was another guy. The guy who did Jason X, he passed away. And it's just kind of surprising, see how many people are dead. It's crazy. But you get all kinds of people showing up in this thing. You get, the chick with the tits from Part 5, Debbie Sue Voorhees. She's in there. You get Corey Feldman narrating, which is kind of nice. It's kind of surprising. You'd think he'd want a lot more money. But you have him in there. You get pretty much every main actor from all the original movies. So anybody who was big in each movie, they were there. So that's nice. You get the directors, you get the producers. Just a whole bunch of stuff. And you know, even when there's sometimes some questionable stuff, like there was a guy, I don't know if that was Ted White or if it was someone else, but uh, Jason from Part 4, I guess, really didn't like Corey Feldman, which I thought was kind of interesting. You know, he's like, oh, I didn't like that kid. You know, and it's surprising that they touch on things like that. Like, they even touch on things that you wouldn't expect them to touch on. Like, you know, like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like, basically, you have, like, okay, this person said something. Maybe they, you know, said something like talk shit or something, you know, or maybe said a lie, you don't know. And then the other person will be like maybe in another room or another interview and they'll be discussing it. So they'll say this person's kind of an asshole. And then this person will defend themselves or, you know, tell their side of the story. So it's really, really informative, really interesting. I picked up the Blu-ray. I don't know if I'd say pick up the Blu-ray or the DVD. I guess I'd just say the Blu-ray because the DVD comes with it. So if you even if you don't have a Blu-ray player, just get the Blu-ray one and just watch the DVD. I actually at first thought the DVDs were the bonus DVDs, but you can only get that with the 1428 films version if you ordered that. And I'm not even sure if that's based on a pre-order or if that's based on ordering from them. But I can tell you right now, the version I got did not come with a bonus disc. It just came with DVD versions of the same thing that the Blu-ray was. So, just thought I'd tack that on there as well. You know, 7 minutes in, there's not really much else I can say. I mean, they cover everything, literally, but I just don't want to spoil anything because, like I said, it kind of ruined my experience a little bit because I was like, oh, well, I know this stuff now, you know? The little you know about this, the better. So, I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off now. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.